Hello everyone, how are you? You know what day and time it is. It is Tuesday, 7:30 p.m. Central Standard Time, and this is the TERRAN Lamp Show, episode number 64. Thank you so much for joining me. I truly appreciate it. Thank you so much for joining me. Make sure you are sharing these stories. I just am so appreciative of everyone that's been on. Again, this show is about positivity. It's about love. It's about sharing a story. And if you have a story, and I know you do, make sure you get a hold of me. I would love to have you on the show. If you know someone who has a story, of course we all do, send them to me. I would love to have them on the show. This is episode number 60. Actually 64. Did I say 63? I think it's 64. Episode number 64 of the TERRAN Lamp Show. Make sure you are liking, subscribing, sharing. We are on IGTV, we are on YouTube, and now officially we are on Apple Podcasts. So check out the prior episodes. Follow me, check out the prior episodes, or you can also check the TERRAN Lamp Show out on Apple Podcast. Alrighty. So let's get started with my guest. I feel like I have something in my teeth. I don't know. I don't know. Okay, we'll just go with it. If I do, I do. Can't help it now. Alrighty. Jay-Z in the building. Hello. Jay-Z in the building. Oh my goodness, I need a haircut. Woo. Hi, honey, how are you?
What's up, T? I'm very well. How are you doing?
Are you tired?
Am I tired? No.
Oh.
I'm just getting ready.
You stay ready so you don't have to get ready, huh?
Exactly. And by the way, you do not have anything in your teeth, so you're okay.
I'm like, oh, but I do need a haircut. Okay, good. I don't have anything in my teeth. This hair is out of control.
I mean, it looks good whatever way you put it, T.
Everybody's been asking me, are you growing your hair out? I'm like, no, I just haven't cut it yet.
For sure.
So thank you for joining me. Thank everyone for joining us. Again, this is the TERRAN Lamp Show. I think it's episode number 64. I might have said 63, but I think it's 64. We are rolling strong with people like you, and thank you for all of this is through people's own time, and it's their own free will, and it's their own story. And I've just been overwhelmed with positivity and love with the show. I mean, I can't believe I'm in episode 60 anything. When I started this, it was just a wing and a prayer.
Yeah, no, it's pretty impressive, T, and I'm very appreciative for you to invite me on the show, and I'm very proud of you that you've hit over 60 episodes. That's really great.
Right, I'm excited too. Thank you so much. Okay, so Jay-Z and I have been friends for a while. I'm going to let him tell you the story, all the stories, but I, again, just appreciate him being on the show. Make sure you're sharing this episode. So, Justin, I call you Jay-Z, but let's just, for the people, let them know. It's Justin. Just tell us your story, man. Let's go, love.
Oh, man. Yeah, I think everybody's story is just so convoluted in a beautiful way, right? And I think that's what you do so well with your show, T, is you really do expand on everybody's uniqueness and pretty much the steps that they have taken and where they are, or the steps they have taken and to be where they are today. And, enough about my rambling. My story, started in good old 1990 when I was born. But, lo and behold, I went to school, was raised by beautiful, amazing, loving parents. But they encouraged me to kind of think for myself and really kind of push for my own story and my own life. And I'm very appreciative of that. And with that said, I went to school, went to college, went to grad school, moved to various places. I was living, in Boston, living in LA, living in Chicago, where I met your beautiful self. So now I'm currently in Los Angeles, kind of trying to build, two businesses at the same time. And I'm having so much fun with it. I'm getting a lot of great support, a lot of great feedback. And what's, I think, really good and needed for someone who is building businesses is to be open to that feedback and be open to the possibilities of, kind of just learning and also just honing in on things that are going to make your brand, yourself, and community stronger and better. So that's a very Cliff Note version of my story, but yeah, that's pretty much the bare bones.
I heard a quote today, and I actually wrote it down for something else I'm going to do, but it said feedback is a gift as long as it's constructive and builds you up. And, you know, you just mentioned feedback, and I just wrote that down today. And I was like, you just mentioned feedback and, you know, sharing. So tell us a little bit about, tell us about, if you want to, some of the business you're starting, but maybe some of the advice that you have either gotten or taken or, you know, would pass along, because to your point, you know, you've lived a lot of places, done a lot of things, and, you know, you've like found what makes you tick and how to make your own type businesses. I mean, one thing about your businesses is that they are unique, right? And especially I don't want to tell people what it is, but the most recent thing you're doing is super cool. So I want people to hear about what you're doing, but give us some advice that you know, the feedback you've received and advice on starting.
Of course. I mean, you can tell everybody about the new thing. It's already out. It's about, I kept it under wraps for 4 years. So now I want it shared to everybody. But to answer your question, T, a lot of the great feedback I've received is actually pretty recent with my show, with NutriHunt. And, you know, I view myself as someone who's personable and I try my best to get along with as many people as possible, different personalities, types, and all that. I feel like I'm adaptive. However, I've learned that doesn't really transfer over in front of the screen. So when I've been filming NutriHunt, like I've learned a lot about just like presentation skills and being concise and just delivering the message I want, you know, efficiently, but in a fun way, right? Like, you know me, like K True knows me, like, you know, I tried to be professional, but I also want to be whimsical. I want to be fun. I want things to be enjoyable, right? Like I don't view things I want things just to be fun, you know, like yes, I'm all about professionalism, but I don't want things to be mundane. Yeah. Like I'm telling you like a story, but I don't want it to be like, okay, point A, B, and C. I want some like little flair in there and all that. Yeah. But again, like I gotta do that in a professional way that is presentable in front of the camera. And you know, being a host on my show, like I've learned a lot of presentation skills that have been very effective, and I'm still open to learning, because that's the whole point, right? I want my show to grow. I need to get better, and I want to keep improving.
Yeah, I think it's this fine line, right, between keeping it professional yet keeping it authentic.
Of course.
Right.
Yeah, I totally agree. And you know, my lovely girlfriend that I'm currently with, she's one of my strongest supporters, and she's very stern and very direct, which is great. That's what I need.
Stern, I like it.
What's that?
Stern, I like it.
She's stern. Yeah, she is stern. I appreciate that a lot. And just a lot of like friends, family, and even just like acquaintances who have already seen episodes have provided some great feedback to me. And just to kind of make it, like, obviously I want it to pertain to a broad audience, but like, you know, like I got to be receptive. I got to be open-minded to the constructive feedback that comes to me. And I haven't received any negative, like detrimental, like aggressive comments, which is good, you know. Yeah. Hopefully, you know, I don't get any of those, but I mean, the problem is with what we're doing, right? Like we are opening ourselves up to that possibility, but you know, we just gotta listen to Jay-Z and brush our shoulders off, right?
Yeah, and I think people, you know, it's interesting because a lot of people can tell you what they think you should do. You know, like people told me all the time, like, oh, like this was, okay, so we both know I started the show on a whim, and everybody had a million ideas for me, like right off rip, you know, as my husband would say, right off rip. That's a K.
Of course, K2, yes.
K2ism. So, and I didn't even know what I was going to do next, right? So a lot of people can tell you what you should be, and I'm like, I had no idea. Like people were like, you need to start a YouTube channel. You need to start a podcast. You know, I was like, I didn't even know that this thing was going to do anything. So I don't even know how to start that. Now, since then, I've migrated to, of course, I have a YouTube channel and I have it on Apple Podcasts. But a lot of people have ideas for you. And then some people, one of the things that I was like, wanted to do was people were saying, well, you should, cater more towards the podcast audience. And I was like, no, I love this banter back and forth. I love seeing your face. I love you seeing my face. I love whatever it is that comes out of your mouth, We don't edit it. I'm not CBS Studios, but a lot of people were telling me what I should do, right? And so I'm sure you found that as well. So what are some of the other maybe obstacles that you've came into play other than people kind of telling you what to do? What obstacles have you, came into play as you're trying to build this, build two businesses at one time and then your most recent business?
Yeah, big obstacle is definitely finances.
Mm-hmm.
I've been very lucky. And I've received some generous, funding to lay the groundwork that I currently have created. And the other obstacles is just kind of timing and understanding that everybody has their own schedules, and you
right.
Like, every episode that I have for NutriHunt, like, it brings in a couple other people, a couple other parameters, so I have to take that into account. Growing up in LA and now having clients in the industry and kind of knowing some people in it, like, I hear it through the grapevine, like, what it entails to create like a show, a music video, music, and now I like understand firsthand that it does take a village in a way. So like, I have been a little bit overwhelmed with the amount of back work, like behind the scenes.
Oh
yeah. I'm sure you know.
Because I'm like, how do I do this?
Exactly. Like, I mean, it just like your show. It's like it is a beautiful, awesome show. And it's just like, oh yeah, someone just sees it for the first time. It's like, oh yeah, they're just chatting over Instagram, like, big deal. But then you have to download it, you have to clean it up, you have to upload it. That takes time and it takes a lot of energy. So, and I've learned that I do have to be a little bit better with my time management to make sure that everything is crisp, everything is the way I want it, and the best presentable way for my viewers. With that said, I have episode 5 of NutriHunt coming out in a week and a half.
Awesome.
Yeah. So like, but the thing is like, I'm going on a little bit of a vacation because my godfather's in town, and my main editor is going on vacation like right after me. So like, we have to be a little bit more proactive when it comes to getting the episode ready to go. So yeah, time management's big. Funding is a big obstacle, and just kind of like pushing through and not being too, what's the word? Criticizing yourself too much, right? Like you might have like some doubts, internal doubts that come about, but like, if you like truly do, like I do with NutriHunt and Jazz Nutrition and Fitness, if you truly do believe in your brand and your idea, like, you got to just keep pushing. You got to keep pushing. Forward. Every step you take is beneficial. Every stone you lay down, it's going forward. It doesn't matter how long it takes, just as long as you keep pushing forward. And I'm sure you feel the same way with your show.
Yeah, I definitely do, because like I said, time management, Charlie, time management. Because I remember doing the YouTube and people saying, okay, and then I realized I had to start the YouTube. And then by that point I'd had like 50 episodes. So I was like, who was going to download these 50 episodes into YouTube?
Yeah. Now you. I mean, you could get K-True to kind of get in there a little bit, but.
No, I was like, can I hire, I am not kidding you. One of our great nephews, I was going to hire him, and he's like 10. Because I don't know who else is going to have time to do this. I mean, I ended up doing it, but I remember just sitting one day and I was like, T, you got to do 10 episodes a day or whatever. And then now it was the same thing when I did the podcast. It was like, because you got to convert this into the audio. And it seems like you said, oh, just convert it over to audio. You know what I mean? Push a button and it goes. But no, that's not always how it works. I mean, I got it down to a science now, but it takes me a while. And so I used to tell people, okay, within 24 hours, Jay-Z, I'll have your podcast and your YouTube. And now I'm like, give me a week.
Yeah. And I totally understand. I totally understand the time that it takes for that to happen. So
Because I'm like, I have 9 jobs and I just, and then it became so I didn't want to do it. So then I realized what I had to do with that is give myself more grace and time.
yeah. And there's nothing wrong with that. Right?
Now I'm fine.
Good, good. I'm glad to hear that. And it's um, it's just kind of like once you're actually in the thick and thin of it, right? Like it is, kind of like eye opening in a very abrupt and aggressive way. And like don't get like I've been venting to my family, my friends, my girlfriend.
Yeah.
Just my roommate earlier today about like because I just posted some social media stuff right before our show, and the first thing once I have some like good revenue going, like the first person I'm gonna hire is a social media manager, because dear God, I just want to focus on like I just want to focus on my product, but in order to get more people to view the product, I do need to do this stuff, and that's just the world we live in nowadays.
Well, what's funny is I actually have someone that helps me with my social media. Like probably half the posts you see on there aren't me.
Okay. Nice. I might need to hit up that person.
They're me, but like, but like I post for my show and stuff like that. But some of the other ancillary posts, yeah, I had someone do that. I just said I like green, blue, I like cats, and cats and a little bit of, I don't want all of my my family up there every day. That's just not me. I don't want to blast pictures of my nieces or, my younger family or anything like that. So I was like, with that said, have at it. Every now and then I'll see something and it'll be funny because I'll log into my Instagram and I have some likes and I'm like, oh, what did I post? Like, yeah. Yeah. Right. But most of the time it's good and we're getting to know each other and, more. And so she's getting to know me more, my personality, and she asked me for some of the stuff she needs. But it's funny because some of it I just couldn't do. I can take a hold of the show, but some of the other stuff I couldn't do. So what does the future hold?
Oof. So I just released season 1. 4 episodes of season 1 for Nature Hunt, my show, and to kind of coincide with your first question on like my story, I actually I'm going to sidetrack just a little bit, which I tend to do a lot. I created this show after a very traumatic event. My father passed away, and at that time, at that moment, I was actually going to pursue more schooling. I was going to I wanted to become a physical therapist, a dietitian, and a personal trainer for like athletes. So that kind of like smacked me in the face and made me realize, like, going through my dad's stuff and kind of reflecting on his life, like it made me open my eyes on what I truly wanted to do. Right. So lo and behold, I just kind of started conjuring this idea up, and Nutri-Hunt was born. So what the future holds is more episodes of Nutri-Hunt. I'm going to keep pushing for this. It's out now. Like literally the whole time I've known you in my life, like I literally kept this idea for you. I think I told you some little like hints of what I'm doing.
Yeah.
But generally now it's just like full go. I want to, try to make as many episodes as possible. And the plan is to hopefully pitch it to networks and to possibly, streaming services to get more funding and provide more episodes, because the whole concept of Nutri-Hunt is literally just to discover the healthiest destinations. It's about encouraging people to travel and eat healthy. And, it's something that I feel like hasn't been really tapped into yet. And, just with my education, with my experience and my love for travel, I feel like I can really hit that niche, and I'm getting some great feedback. I'm getting some great response of it. But what I need to do is just keep pumping. I need to keep going forward, keep pushing forward, like we were talking about, just keep setting those stones forward. What's up, Kate True? And so that's what's going on. And then, I mean, right now, like I'm still like, with Jazz Nutrition and Fitness, like I'm right after our show, like I have class that I'm teaching virtually, and still working with clients, still working with my, beautiful people I love seeing every week. So
I was going to try K True. It says you need the latest version of Instagram. K True.
Come on, K True. Get that.
You need the latest version of Instagram. K True. I
but
don't
yeah,
know. He was gonna come on, but he needs the latest version of Instagram.
for sure, for sure.
Latest.
Download it, K True. Hurry up. We got 10 minutes.
Oh, you've got to upgrade. You got 10 minutes, K True, to upgrade.
That's so great.
Upgrade your IG.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and a good thing too is you're building community at the same time.
Yeah. And
you know, these places that you're going to and seeing, I'm sure that people are going to appreciate you going there, and two, people are going to appreciate seeing what's out there.
right. And actually, one of the owners of the restaurants tuned in a little bit earlier. His name's Carlos, and he owns this restaurant called Un Solo Soul, which.
Oh yeah, I saw that. I saw
yeah.
I saw a trailer, right, or something for it?
No, it's at like I mean, maybe a little post about it, but the episode's out. Yeah, it's out on my YouTube channel.
Maybe that's where I saw it, on the YouTube. Okay.
Yeah. So he's a great, like, great individual. He, just to kind of give you and like the viewers and the listeners later, just kind of a spiel of him and what his like restaurant represents. It's literally about unity, and even Soul, the way he defines it is unity. And it's beautiful. He's a great man, great soul. It was just such a pleasure to work with. Like, when I do these shoots, it's just so much fun, like kind of chatting with them and understanding the story, just like how you do with your show. And granted, we present their story a little bit more concise, because we can literally go on and on and on about like what their story is. And Carlos is a prime example of that. He was doing a lot of social justice work. He was providing foods and meals for, the downtown LA and Valley, areas, and on a daily basis. But then he was like, I want to like open it up to a broader community, and that's what he did. That's what he truly did with his restaurant in this little nook of East LA. And it was great to work with. What's up, K True? There you go. What's up, brother?
What's going on, man? What's good, Jackie?
It's not my phrase, but we ain't worried,
Oh, we ain't worried. We ain't worried, man. We ain't worried.
What is the phrase again?
We ain't worried.
We ain't worried.
We ain't worried.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
I don't think you were there that night. Or maybe you was. We was out at the pool that night. That's me and Oscar.
Yeah, Oscar and K True really, destroyed me, and I think it was Olivia.
It was. Yeah. Fun night though. Fun times.
Heck yeah, brother.
You know
so great to see you.
Which is really cool, because like, I'ma just say this because I know you guys got your show going on, but one of the best things that I really love about you, man, and like admire about you is like you have the innate ability to bring people together, man. Like, we were here. I mean, we did more events, like just going out and shooting pool, or going to Milwaukee, or just going out. It was all because, you were influential, like, people together, and like letting the time, like even come out to your cousin's house, hang out in our like that. And I enjoyed it here, but I really missed it after that, because like since you've been gone, I don't think I've linked up with Loyola people since. I know TERRAN has seen them, but I just thought that was the great ability that you had, man. You're a magnet, and like the love that you show people, contagious, and I think it's gonna serve you well in your career. Even now, like like I watch your videos and whatnot, and you got your partner helping you out there. You doing workout stuff, or even music stuff you did during quarantine. I mean, I thought it was you got a dope soul, and you're sure far beyond you on earth, and I think that's gonna serve you well. Because
thanks, brother.
Everyone can do that. I mean, I've been quite some time, and everybody can't do what you do it at.
And that's wow, that was very nice, K True. I appreciate that sentiment, man. I mean, I try to invest my time as best I can to people that are just beautiful souls, and people that just like lift me up. And without question, you and TERRAN are part of that community. So I'm very very honored and blessed to have met you guys and still continue to have you in my life. It means a lot.
Absolutely, for sure.
Well, I mean, I just think, like, I mean, I mentioned it. Kenny said it a little differently, but that building community, I guess, you know, that's the one. You do it now, and you did it while you were here, but you're definitely doing it, like I said, with the people, because you're connecting, you know, the people who, with their businesses, and that's awesome. And then you're connecting the community with the businesses, and, you know, and I think it's what, I mean, you know, music and food, right? Like what better thing to connect people through and, you know, share the experience. Like everybody loves both of those, music and food. So it's like, what better thing to, you know, to connect people. And to your point, you know, there's going to be a lot of things along the way that you're learning and getting feedback and, you know, wanting to do and not wanting to do. But that's kind of the cool part too, is, you know, figuring that all out. So I don't know, Jay-Z, if you've watched prior episodes or not, but if you did,
which one?
You might know this next question if you didn't.
Okay. What's the question?
So everybody knows I love my little cats. All the cats inside, all the cats outside. And curiosity killed the cat. So what is one thing, Jay-Z, that you are curious about?
It's a great question.
Next question. It could be anything.
Yeah. And I'm just curious to keep learning and keep finding out these stories, finding out these, building community through these people I'm meeting. And that's what kind of strives, I think, my mission with all my businesses and myself, is just wanting to learn more about people and where they come from, you know. And I literally just got back from a trip from Italy, and it was a magical trip. It was so much fun. And just the people we met, and like people that we met from Italy, but also from here that we met, and like the groups that we were in, like it was just so great to kind of like mesh, like just learn about them. And so to my main answer to your question is literally, I just want to learn more. I just want to learn more about people's stories, because everybody has their own unique story. Just like the purpose, the primary purpose of your show is about, you know, about you, people like you, right? But a lot of us are very similar, but yeah, we are all so unique, and that's what I want to do.
That's why I say everybody has a story, you know, everybody has one, right? It's like some people think their story's big, some people think their story's small. It doesn't really matter, because every story's unique. I like the way you put it. It's like we're unique, but we're similar.
Yes. So that's what I'm curious about too.
Did you have some good food in Italy?
Oh dear God, yeah. And what's great is like we could do another 30-minute segment on this, but like, what I love about the European culture is just like they really do, they just really do take in moments, right? They sit down, they have their meal, they talk, they chat about their day, they, you know, philosophize, they question things, and it never felt rushed, and that's what I loved about it. Like I never felt rushed. We got good pasta, we got good pizza. We went to this port city called Genova, and we had all you can eat sushi, and it was fresh and delicious and amazing. And seeing people from Asian descent speaking Italian was awesome. It was cool. It's great, you know, and that's what, you know, I just appreciate so much from traveling and coinciding with, you know, my curiosity of these stories, is that everybody has their own story, and our world's so big, and we have so many people that we need to lift up and celebrate their stories.
Lift up and celebrate stories. I like it. Jay-Z, we're going to give you back a minute, because I know you have a show. You have your own fitness thing going on after this, a class. So thank you so much for joining me. Of course, we're going to keep up with NutriHunt, and let us know if there's anything we can do here in Chicago. I will see you back on the show. I'm sure I'm going to have you again. What are they doing? How are they doing? All that good stuff. At some point, I thank you for your time. You know I love you. And both of you, I love you both. Be good to yourself.
All right. Thank you so much, TERRAN. Thank you so much, K-True, for stopping by.
Take care.
Bye bye.
Yeah. I love you guys. Bye.
Well, love you, man.